Hi guys, welcome back to Harry Makes Up. Today I'm going to do a really gorgeous look, a very grown up, sophisticated, deep kind of burgundy berry lip. So not another berry lip video, I know you're all thinking, but this is a really beautiful way of wearing grown up lips for the party season. So I've got a lovely model today, Laura. I've already prepped her base with a bit of Rimmel Match Perfection foundation, and I'm going to get started with her brows.
I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and I'm going to use the medium brown, or medium ash I think it might be in America, which I really like. And Soap and Glory have also done a really good kind of drugstore alternative to this, so if you really like the Anastasia Brow Wiz and you can find the right colour, definitely try that out because it's about half the price. But I do love kind of, if you're looking for the perfect colour, I find the Anastasia Brow Wiz is really good. So Laura's got an amazing shaped brow. I'm just going to literally fill in any teeny tiny gaps. I don't really want to do too much to the brows, other than just give them a little bit of a groom. And just use the spoolie on the end as well to kind of keep brushing them through so they stay really natural looking. And I'm going to use a little bit of powder shadow on the lids, so I just want to prime the lids first with a bit of the Urban Decay. This is the Eyeshadow Primer Potion, which is really good, and it's a nice kind of cheaper alternative to the Nars Pro Prime for eyes. And I'm literally just going to apply that with my finger, so you can pat a bit off on the back of your hand if you need to. But I'm just going to put this all over the eyelid. So for eyes, I think because I'm going to do quite a dark lip, I want a little bit of definition, but I want it to be quite hazy and soft still. The shade I've gone for is by Clinique and it's called Hazy, and I describe it as kind of like a sort of pinky mauve, but very deep with grey tones as well. So it's quite neutral, but more on the cool side, which will look really nice with a dark lip. And I'm just going to take a MAC 217, and it's one of those shades that will probably look a little bit different on everyone as well. And I'm just going to pop that kind of all over the lid in circular motions, and it almost has a slight two-tone to it, so you almost look like you've got a little bit more kind of contouring in the eye. Even when you haven't, you get that kind of darkness that comes through in the socket that's really pretty. And I'm literally just doing small circles over the eye to kind of buff that through. Take a little bit off on the back of your hand and then just go in again and kind of buff the edges through. And then I'm going to take a Zoeva, this is the Luxe pencil brush, and I'm going to take a tiny bit of that under the eyes as well. So if you look up for me, Laura, I'm just going to pop that kind of halfway along the bottom lash line as well. So I'm going to take one of my favourite mascaras at the minute. It's the best-selling mascara in Japan, and it's the FairyDrops by Scandalqueen. And it's a very odd brush, but I really love it. You might have seen me use it in some of my other videos, but I find this is a mascara that really holds a curl in an eyelash, and it's also very kind of water resistant as well. So I'm really bad at wearing mascara and it always comes under my eyes, but this one doesn't. So if you turn that way a bit for me, Laura, and look up, I'm going to pop a little bit on the bottom lashes, just a little bit for definition. And we've curled Laura's top lashes as well, just to give them a little bit of a lift. And I'm just going to give a good coat of mascara on the top lashes. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do is actually add some individual lashes, because I think before we come to the lip, I want the eyes just to be really soft and nicely defined. So I'm using a mix of individuals. I'm using some, I think I've got some Eyelure ones here, and I've got some Ardells as well. All different sizes. So I think to keep it natural as well, I'm going to mix up the sizes. So use a couple of short ones, a couple of medium. Probably won't need any long ones, but I've got them here just in case. Popping the Duo Glue on the back of my hand. Going to leave that, do the hand dance for about 20 seconds, just let that dry a little bit. So I'm just going to start with some short lashes, and if you look right down for me, Laura, I'll try and do it without my hand like blocking the viewfinder, guys, so you can see, but you literally just drop it down on top, and you want to almost nestle individual lashes in between the lash line and the actual lashes themselves, so you can just pop them down on top of the lashes. And that's why if you do your mascara first as well, it's easy to see where you've got any gaps, and we're literally just going to kind of thicken up, add a bit of extra length as well where we want to, but I want to keep it quite looking like they're Laura's real lashes as well. So this is a medium one. I'm kind of popping on the outer corner. I'm just going to do maybe like ½ centimetre gap in between, because there's some short ones in there as well to thicken them up. I'm just going to add another one on the corner just so we get that nice kind of feathered out look. Just keep having a look in the mirror, then see where you've got any gaps if you want to kind of even them up a little bit. But also it's nice because they'll look more natural in the fact they're not completely unison. For concealer, I'm going to use one of my favourites of the moment that I'm really enjoying using, which is the Clarins Instant Concealer. And I think what I love about this is it just makes it look like skin still, so it doesn't build up, yet it's still buildable as well. So you can use it where you need it. It works well under the eyes and on spots or abrasions. And I'm going to take a Real Technique setting brush for that. So I'm just going in with that Clarins concealer, and I'm just taking it under the eye and into the kind of inside plane of the face a little bit, just with what's on the brush. And this brush really buffs it in nicely. So this is just going to lift under the eyes, and where we've got that kind of darker shadow on now, the eyes are still going to look really nice and bright, and the skin will look really clean. And I'm taking that a little bit into the inside of the eye as well, just to keep it nice and bright. So taking a Japanese art shop brush, I'm going to use a little bit of the Bourjois powder, which I really, really like actually. I think it's very, very similar to some of the more high-end powders. And I'm just going to take that on a brush, and I'm just going to dust that pretty much all over the skin, but super, super lightly. I think with powder, less is more. And then I'm going to go back to the lashes and just add one more coat of mascara to those lashes, just so you can see those nice individuals we've put in, and it will blend them together. So if you look right down for me, Laura. So I'm just going to lift the lid and just lacquer up those lashes. So we've set the skin with a little bit of powder, and I think what I'm going to do is put the lip on before I put the blusher, because I think it's easier once you've got your lip on to see how far you need to go with blusher. Now the lipstick I'm going to use on Laura is, again, one of my favourites. It's the Lipstick Queen Velvet Rope Edition, and this colour is Entourage, which you can see is very well loved. It's like a gorgeous kind of rouge noir, but it's still got a very true berry tone to it. If you were on more of a budget, because these are a little bit pricey, one lipstick that I think is near to the colour and really good is the Kate Moss by Rimmel, which is the 107 colour, which I think is quite kind of tried and well loved amongst all the beauty bloggers. So that's a good kind of cheaper alternative. So I'm just going to pop this on really kind of roughly, and then just work with my finger first to kind of stain the lips a little bit, because I think you'll just start to see the shape come through of the natural lip line. So I'm just using my fingers to tap that on, and then if you go like this to me, Laura, that's it, really work it into your lips, and then you start to see the shape. Perfect. So next thing I'm going to go in with is one of the Kiko Smart Lip Pencils, and this is 710. You could even wear this as a lipstick on its own, but it's such a good berry colour. I'm just going to start going in, and I'm actually going to colour the lip with this as I go in. Again, I think with a good berry lip, it's about an even fade. So as your lipstick fades throughout the evening, it should kind of fade evenly. I'm going a little bit over the top lip, ever so slightly, just to round the shape a little bit. So I'm going to take the lip brush, and I'm going to start to work that into the lip. This is the Shu Uemura 7H, which is such a good lip brush because of the shape. So then what you can do, guys, if you wanted to have this as quite like a matte lip, you can just take a tissue, and if you keep your lips closed, Lauren, you can just kind of press the tissue over the lip, remove it, and then again you can kind of smudge back in any gaps just so that you've got a really smooth lip. But now I'm going to go back in with the lipstick, and we're going to go full pigment, full glamour. And now we're going to make the lip really nice and deep berry and intensified. So I would call these, they're called Velvet Rope. I would say the consistency isn't matte, but it's not like a full cream either. It's quite moisturising. So they're very comfortable to wear. So just follow the shape you've made. So guys, something that I've been loving at the minute and is very much my new addiction is the Nars Virtual Domination palette. This is part of their Christmas range, and isn't the packaging just absolutely gorgeous? I love this packaging. It's nice that it's in a hard box, and you get a full-size Laguna bronzer with this, and I think two blushes that they already do in their range, and then 2 new ones. So I'm going to take the blusher from this palette, which is called Deepthroat, on a sheer powder Bobbi Brown brush, which I find is really good when you just want a light dusting of blusher. But I think just now that we've got the lip on, we need to slightly warm up the skin. And I don't want to do it with bronzer because I think that would kind of ruin the look. But definitely a little bit of blusher. If you turn the other way for me, Laura. Quite high in the cheeks actually as well. So it's kind of like on top of the cheeks rather than in the apples. Is nice because it still keeps the face quite sculpted. So that's the finished look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that. Just another way you can wear the berry lip, I think, with a nice soft eye and keeping the skin really, really clean. So please subscribe and like, guys, and I'll see you soon with more videos. Thanks very much. Bye.